Did you know that Elon Musk started with almost nothing, but within a few years, he became the richest investor in the world? And it was all because he discovered a secret that most people never realize. Today, I'm going to show you how this very same secret might be holding you back from the success you deserve. When Warren Buffett was young, he watched many people around him drown in debt, especially with credit cards. He knew that if he wanted to build a successful financial life, he needed to avoid these traps. He once shared how he saw friends get so deep into debt that it took them years to recover. That stuck with him for life. Buffett says, "The trick is to get rid of credit card debt. It's a terrible way to live." And he lived by this principle from the very beginning. But before we dive deeper into Buffett's secrets, if you enjoy content that changes the way you think about and manage your money, go ahead and like this video and subscribe to the channel. It helps us keep growing and spreads this important message to even more people. Thank you. Now, back to it. Buffett knew that every dollar spent on interest was a dollar he couldn't invest and multiply. Imagine if he had fallen into that trap, he might never have had the capital for his first investments. Dave Ramsey also reinforces this point. Debt is the biggest thief of your financial future. If you want to follow in Buffett's footsteps, the first step is to get rid of debt and start directing your money where it can actually grow. Anthony Robbins also says, eliminate what drains your finances, and you'll see your potential grow. Following this logic, Buffett made sure every dollar he earned was reinvested instead of lost to interest. So, think about it. What's your current situation with debt? Have you ever calculated how much you're paying in interest? It's time to take action and start shedding that burden. Comment below about your experiences with debt, and let's find strategies together to break free, just like Buffett did early in his journey. But if you think that getting out of debt is enough, you're about to discover the mistake that could keep you stuck in the same cycle. Want to know what it is? Buffett doesn't just live simply today. He's been saving every penny since he was young. Even when those around him were showing off new cars and houses, he preferred to invest. He bought his current house back in 1958 and still lives in it. Buffett always says, do not save what is left after spending. Instead, spend what is left after saving. For him, it was more important to see his money grow than to impress others. That was one of the key differences that made him the greatest investor in the world. Chris Hogan, author of Everyday Millionaires, reinforces this. People who achieve financial independence live below their means. Buffett is the prime example of this. Even with billions, he has always prioritized financial security over appearances. Sue Zorman also says, it's about choices, and choosing to save now is choosing a future of freedom. But if you think saving is enough to build wealth, there's another secret Buffett knows that could change everything for you. Buffett always knew that wealth isn't built overnight. He started investing when he was 11 years old and learned from his early mistakes. By the time he was 14, he used his earnings from his paper route to buy a farm. He knew he wouldn't see immediate returns, but he was willing to wait and reap the benefits later. That mentality helped him build a financial empire. Ray Dalio, one of the greatest investors, shares this view. Patience is one of the most underrated assets in the world of investing. And Buffett always knew that by planting seeds and waiting for the right time, he would reap the rewards. Robert Kiyosaki, author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, also emphasizes, the rich plan decades ahead. The poor think about what they need today. If you want to follow Buffett's example, it's time to start thinking long-term. So, tell me, are you acting on impulse, or are you planning for the long term? If your answer is impulse, maybe it's time to rethink your strategy. Share your long-term planning strategies in the comments, and let's reflect on how we can adopt the mindset that transformed Buffett's life. But even if you're planning for the long term, there's something that can accelerate your success even further. I'm about to show you what the best investment you can make is right now. From the beginning, Buffett understood that the best investment he could make was in himself. As a young man, he devoured books on business, attended seminars, and took courses, believing that each new skill brought him closer to his goals. He says, the best investment you can make is in yourself. He knew that by improving his skills and knowledge, he increased his chances of success. Jim Rohn, mentor to Tony Robbins, always said, your level of success will rarely exceed your level of personal development. And Buffett applied this precisely. He knew that by investing in himself, he would be ready to seize opportunities as they came. Tony Robbins also emphasizes, your future is shaped by the actions you take today. Start with something simple, like an online course or a book. Every step counts. But investing in yourself is just the beginning. The next step is to make sure your money doesn't depend solely on your effort. Are you ready to find out how? Buffett always repeated, never depend on a single income. Make investments to create a second source. He knew that relying on a single income stream was risky, so he began investing in various companies and sectors, ensuring that if one investment failed, he had others to back him up. This was crucial for building his financial security. Robert Allen, author of Multiple Streams of Income, supports this idea. Having more than one source of income is the only way to guarantee financial security. And today, with the internet, creating multiple income streams is easier than ever. Imagine having various sources of income, like investments, online businesses, or even passive income that continues to generate profit. So, tell me, have you thought about diversifying your income streams? Drop your ideas in the comments on how to do this. Let's share some practical ways to build multiple income sources and ensure more financial stability. But not every investment is safe. Next, I'll show you how to avoid traps that could harm your wealth. Buffett stands out for his emotional control in the most challenging market moments. In 2008, during the global financial crisis, while many investors panicked and sold off their stocks, Buffett went on a buying spree, acquiring valuable companies at bargain prices. He says, "Be fearful when others are greedy, and be greedy when others are fearful." This mindset is what separates great investors from those who lose money in the market. Peter Lynch, one of the greatest fund managers of all time, says, "The best times to buy are when fear is everywhere." And what if you started seeing crises as opportunities for growth? Howard Marks, investor at Oaktree Capital, adds, "The key is to control your emotions and act when others are paralyzed by fear." This shows that with strategy and emotional control, you can turn difficult times into great chances to build wealth. Now, tell me, have you ever made financial decisions on impulse? Share your experiences, and let's exchange ideas on how to be more strategic and patient with our financial decisions. So, now you know, Warren Buffett transformed his financial life by applying simple but powerful strategies. And you can start applying these principles today. If this video inspired you and you want more tips that really make a difference, don't forget to like it and share it with a friend who needs to hear this. And if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any content that will transform your financial life. See you in the next video. Let's go on this journey together. This is your time to make a difference.